Ladies and gentlemen, weebs and waifus, welcome to RealKyoWRLD here on YouTube. And I'm your host with the most, man of the hour too sweet to be sour, it's Kyo. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, Code Geass, Jobless Reincarnation. These particular animes stand atop their respective genres in what we would acknowledge as peak anime, or anime at its finest. And now, Vinland Saga can join this esteemed group as being considered as a peak anime. In today's video, I will be covering the second season of Vinland Saga that ended recently, and defend my position of why without a shadow of a doubt, Vinland Saga is a chef's kiss to the anime community. And if I do my job right, you will begin to understand and accept the fact that I am oh so right. Like always. Now before we dive into Vinland Saga Season 2, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. I have been putting out videos as regularly as I can while still working a full-time job. Making YouTube my full-time job is the goal, and I would love to be able to pump out videos more regularly for you guys. So if you enjoy the content, please show your boy Kyo some love here. I appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch. Now without further ado, let's talk Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga Season 2 was truly fantastic. If you are familiar with Season 1, which I hope you are if you're watching this video, it truly feels that the first season was the prologue for the story that was told in Season 2, and perhaps going forward. We take a bloodthirsty, angry kid who seeks vengeance against the man who killed his father in Thorfinn, and give him a rather nuanced story of transformation as he becomes the man his father always wanted him to be, a man that has no enemies. Astonishing character development, along with the anxious atmosphere of a ticking time bomb, are added to create a monumental season of television. Vinland Saga has not just hit its own peak in this season, but it's hit the peak of modern anime in general. Now, when we last saw Thorfinn, he was enslaved on Ketil's farm for his actions against King Canute, and is trying to reckon with his sins as an agent of death. Slavery is not a new concept in anime, but the approach Vinland Saga takes is quite unique. It portrays slavery as a normalized evil of the time period that ultimately dehumanizes everyone involved, slaves and owners alike. I really enjoyed the wrench that was thrown into the second half of Season 2 with the introduction of Garter, a runaway slave seeking to reunite with his wife Arnheid, who is also a captive slave of Ketil and his quote-unquote favorite slave. Even when it is made clear that Thorfinn, Einar, and Arnheid have been treated better than Garter, it is never lost on the viewer or the characters themselves that they are still slaves. No matter how much perceived freedom they think they have, or how kind their masters are, they are still property at the end of the day. The story of Arnheid and Garter, and the added tension it brings as we know King Canute is on his way to take the farm, leads to the most incredible character work I've seen in a very long time, if not ever. Speaking of character work, the 180-degree character turn for Canute from Season 1 to Season 2 is also a masterclass, as he rises to be the sole ruler and sets to expand his borders and influence. The writing of Vinland Saga is absolutely stellar, as it successfully manages to balance tales of immense violence with the utmost care and empathy for its characters, treating the best and worst of them as ultimately victims of terrible circumstances. Whether it's the timid turned brother-killing King Canute, Snake, the loyal farm enforcer with a dark past, or Einar and Arnheid, the supporting characters all get their shine. Even Olmar, who I genuinely despised for most of the season, became one of the bigger surprises for me as he goes from wanting so desperately to be respected as a true warrior to learning what it really means to send people to their deaths in battle and struggling with whether he really wants that burden. I have seen over and over online how the slow pace and focus on the farm for most of the season was stupid and boring. However, these people fail to recognize that this served a purpose. We know from the get-go that King Canute is coming, and every second we do not see him and his army, the tension continues to build. These people just wanted more of Season 1, with the fights and endless bloodshed. To these people, I say, please, stick to your generic shonen anime. If you cannot handle proper storytelling and character development devices in your anime, go watch DBZ or something. Now that's no knock on DBZ, but we all know the various things wrong with it. And if you just want that fast food, gimme action and blood non-stop all the time anime, Vinland Saga might not be for you. That does not mean that Vinland Saga is bad or boring like you say it is. I liken it to a customer wanting a cheeseburger, but they're at a 5-star restaurant that only serves high-end filet mignon. And to those people saying, "Where's the blood and gore? This show is boring now," I say to you that you are truly missing the point. If you were truly following the story Vinland Saga has to tell, all those scenes of violence from Season 1 should look disturbing to you now in retrospect. All of it is tied to Thorfinn's story of redemption. What we once cheered in Season 1 is truly dead and gone in Season 2, because by now, Thorfinn has spent the season with his nightmares and victims, and he truly becomes a great character in the process. A man who doesn't just talk about his dreams for a world without violence and slavery, but ultimately takes steps in doing something about it. Thorfinn's journey from a young and short, angry dude who slaughtered enemies willy-nilly to a man who understands his father's dying words should be a case study in character development and storytelling for years to come, and his "I have no enemies" scene should be regarded as a turning point in modern anime. A wise man once said, "A true warrior does not need a sword," and Thorfinn's transformation from Agent of Death to a true warrior is one his father Thor's would truly be proud of. If you have made it to this point in the video, a huge arigato to you, and if you have not seen Vinland Saga, I would recommend you watch it right now, ASAP, immediately. Do it now. And if you have seen it, please let me know in the comments who was your favorite character from Vinland Saga and why. I'd love to hear from you guys. In the meantime and in between time, sayonara.